So when it comes down to actually pitching your content, did I just skip a slide? No, good. Okay, so what you're trying to do is actually work out a way to pitch your content to the media to help them out. Now, as I said before, the media need content that interests their audience, period. That's all it comes down to. So you need to prove that your content helps. So there's different ways you can actually prove that your content is relevant to their marketplace. For example, if you have a blog, and you have a blog on your website, and it's getting comments, and it's getting interaction from readers, it shows that you've already an authority in that particular space. You can say that there's social proof here because people like the stuff I'm writing. So if you can show that people are enjoying interacting with the stuff you're writing, why aren't the magazines going to jump all over it? Because, well, they are, because it shows that there's already some interaction there. Twitter followers, as I was saying before in an earlier session about where Twitter can work for you, is that market leadership status. If you have a Twitter account where you talk about, back pain and physio stuff and all that sort of thing, and you have a following, you can turn around to the magazine and say, look, I am an expert on business consulting, and I want to write for small business, so don't make small business. I have a following of 10,000 Twitter followers. It's pretty impressive. They're going to go, well, shit, you must know what you're talking about because you've built this following on your own. There's that implied authority status. There's Facebook fans. Again, if you have a Facebook page and you can show your Facebook page has 10,000 fans or 10,000 followers, whatever it might be, you are an expert in that space. If you can go to some of the craft magazines in Australia and say, look, I've got a blog, I write about craft, and I have a blog and I'm getting many comments here, and I've got a Facebook page with 300 fans, it proves you're already an authority, and it saves the magazine doing their own due diligence on you. It looks like you're already an authority, and they'll just go, yep, great, let's start talking. So it's all about just positioning yourself as an authority for both sides of the coin. And the obvious results are going to be more leads, more inquiries, and more prospects. And what I'm talking about is actually getting content. So a blog post that you might have actually written yourself. Turn around to them and say, look, I want to write a blog, I want this blog post printed in your magazine, or I'd like to write an article for an upcoming edition of your magazine, whatever it might be. They need this content. They need it. They don't pay for content. They want it for free so they can actually get people to read the magazine. So that's what it's all about. From a conversion perspective, how's it going to actually help your business from a conversion perspective? There's three main reasons, and the first one is the prospect has been preconditioned in that they already think you're an expert. They've come along, picked up a magazine, an article in a particular trade journal, whatever it might be, and actually see you writing in there. You've already been positioned as an expert, so they think you're an expert. So when they go to buy you, they've already had that rapport built as well. They were saying before that white papers, when people come to a website and download your white paper and have that interaction, they've been preconditioned with you. They've got that rapport in place. The media endorsement provides instant trust and credibility, which I know I've said 95 times already in this presentation, but it's important to get that. And finally, the biggest thing people don't get is that people who buy magazines, they're buyers. They're already actually spending money in that particular space. They're not like someone who's actually Googled and just looking around on the web, who might not have ever bought anything in relation to craft supplies, or might not have ever actually gone to a physiotherapist. They're just looking around and playing around. But someone who actually goes into a newsagent, opens their wallet and buys a magazine on craft stuff, they are buyers. They spend money in that space. So they're a better target of audience than anybody else. So that sort of traffic you get, they're already spending money. It's easier to make that jump into a $50 product, $100 product, $200 personal one-on-one session, whatever it might be, because they actually are spending money.